Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another SNHS Podcast. My name is Brenda Brooks.
My name is Beyonca Whitfield.
And my name is Isabel.
And today, we're going to be covering natural selection and other mechanisms of evolution.
Today's table of contents is a brief overview, natural selection, mutation, genetic drift, and gene flow.
Why are we here again? Today we're diving into how living things change over time. Evolution. Evolution includes natural selection, nature's way, adaptation, a superpower that helps creatures thrive in their environments, genetic variation adds diversity, gene flow, and genetic drift also play roles in this big story.
And we know what you're thinking. What's evolution anyway? Well, evolution is the process by which different kinds of living organisms are thought to have developed and diversified from earlier forms during history of the Earth. Evolution explains how species of organisms change over time.
Now let's talk about natural selection. Natural selection is the process through which populations of living organisms adapt and change. Natural selection is the differential survival and reproduction of individuals due to differences in phenotype. So an example would be like the giraffe's neck growing in order for them to reach food from higher trees in comparison to other animals in their ecosystem.
Now let's go over Darwin's three main principles of natural selection. In order for the process to occur, most characteristics in the population must be inherited. More offspring must be produced than can survive, and the fittest offspring must be more likely to survive and reproduce. As we can see, we first started off as nomads, but over time we evolved into the current human civilization.
Moving on to other mechanisms of evolution, we'll start with mutation. Mutation is any change in the DNA sequence of a cell. It can be caused during mistakes during cell division. This can be anything from substitution, the trading of a cell, deletion, the removal of a cell, insertion, the adding of a cell, or even inversion, the switching of cells. It can also be caused by exposure to DNA damaging agents in the environment. This can include radiation, chemical exposure, and even infectious agents.
Now let's talk about genetic drift. Genetic drift is the change in frequency of an existing gene variant in the population due to a random chance. As you can see in the illustration below, over time, the genetic frequency of an existing gene variant in the colony of bugs caused the green colony to decrease in value, going from 3 to 1.
Now let's go over gene flow. Gene flow is the transfer of genetic material between different groups of organisms through the process of interbreeding or migration. As we can see, we have population A, which then went into population B, showing how that white cell from population A will now always be in population B due to gene flow.
Now, let's take the time to practice and see what you've learned today. Take the time to pause this video and join these quizzes.
How did you do on your quizzes? Did you do a good job? On your way out, please complete this form. You can access the form using the QR code listed below. Thank you for watching. Tune in to another SNHS podcast to learn more about biology.